All right, so we've got webinars, we've got Facebook Lives. The demo that I'm going to show you today is an actual event that we're going to be putting on in person at the VIP Center. So just so you can see how to do it on the event thing for, I can't talk today, sorry.
One of those days, I get it.
Yes, it feels like my jaws will not open. All right, but anyway, I'm just going to show you some basics about that, but I will give you some specific pointers around the different things that you're wanting to do, because setting up the event itself, there are all these tentacles that reach out where you have to do other things. And I'll show you what some of those might be by putting together the event that I'm going to show you. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the tool that I created for you. Let me blow this up a little bit bigger. So hold on just one second. Now, today's tool, there's not as much space to write in. It's really more of a here's how to guide. I mean, there are a few places to write things down. But basically, when you're setting up an event on Facebook, I always believe in preparing first. And that means that before you even do your event, you need to just write your copy specifically for the Facebook event to add your stuff in. Because what I find is that a lot of people, they make the mistake of just going into Facebook and trying to type it as they go, and then something happens, and you know, it's just best to just think it through instead of just trying to figure it out in the moment. Because when you're trying to figure it out in the moment, that's when you make the most mistakes. So when we're talking about writing your copy, I just gave you some pointers here about how you want to design that copy. Now copy is very emotional. It's really more, the connection is more important than the content. That's something that I say in marketing. That's something that I say in relationships and life. But basically, when you're writing your copy, the very first paragraph is you want to identify immediately who this is for and what is it they're going through, or what is it, could even be just what it is that they want, because you want to speak right to their emotion first. So an example of this, like I gave you an example down here, calling all superwomen. Now, you know, that's probably most of us. We all think that we're superwomen. We're doing a million things and spinning 5,000 plates. But then I go on to say, you know, what are they going through? You're out there, you're going through career chaos, life stress, while inner critics keep beating you up and knocking down your boundaries, and your emotional triggers are firing on all cylinders. So this is basically the copy that I used for Reset Mindset Masterclass, which Beth is in that now. And Christina, you've been in that. Rachel, you've been in that as well. But that immediately grabs the attention and it evokes emotion in your person. So I just want to say that we're going to go through the mechanics of setting this up, but it's not going to matter if you don't have good copy.
Right.
So as much as possible, I'm going to try to train you on copy. So the next paragraph is you're basically inviting them in. You're inviting them. I'm inviting you to become a part of our master class. And especially if your target audience is women, they love to be invited. They don't like to intrude. They think everybody's dealing with imposter syndrome. And so if you say, I invite you, it just does something to the brain right away. Oh, okay, I'm included in this. So it creates this feeling of acceptance from them. And then the next thing you want to do is start telling them about the event. What is it about? What's going to happen there? And then you start telling them the benefits that they're going to get as a result of that. And then after that, you just want to tell them what to do. We want you to register now. Seats are limited. Register now for $37, or it could be a free event. Totally up to you on what that is. But I find that usually it works when I say register now for, and then tell the amount, and then I create some kind of pressure like seats are limited, reserve your spot now. All right. And then, so I had to be careful about posting events in Facebook because they don't want you to post links that lead people outside of Facebook. As a matter of fact, if you put a website inside of your copy, then they're going to show it to less people. So, but the funny thing is they'll give you a place to register for it, and as long as they're controlling that, then you'll be fine. So I'll show you about that in just a minute. So anyway, those are just the basic things that you want to capture in your copy. And then I just provided a nice little example here. One thing that I found is that using the emojis, they get a lot more attention.
Okay.
They help to be, and the reason why is because Facebook, you know, they don't let you bold anything, they don't let you underline anything, they don't allow you to italicize anything. So the emojis are what helps to create some kind of structure or attraction, eye-catching visualizations for you. So people really like the green check marks. So when you're talking about what they're going to get, you can use green check marks. By the way, all you have to do in order to get to the emojis, all you have to do is go to, just type in emoji in your search, your Google search, and then it always comes up right at the top, but get emojis. You can come here, and if you see one that you like, so let's see, I like I'll just pick one here.
Oh, wow.
You just copy it, and then you just come over to your copy if I can find it again. Hold on. Yeah, and then you can just drop it right in. Boy, that was really big. It won't show up that way on Facebook. It'll actually be smaller, and they automatically align it. So, but anyway, so that's sample copy for you. And then also, before you even start building it out on Facebook, you want to have a registration link. Now you can, in Facebook events, people can say that they're interested in going, but you really want to take them somewhere where they can register. So the easiest thing to do, if you don't have this set up on your website, you know, like if you don't have a landing page on your website, you know, in a form that they can fill out, you can very easily create an event in Eventbrite. Copy, you know, have the same exact copy, but you can direct them to Eventbrite and they can register. It can take money for you.
Yeah.
And it just makes it very easy. And Facebook and Eventbrite have recently partnered on that effort. So they're very friendly towards each other, and you will not be penalized for using that Eventbrite link.
Yeah, I like Eventbrite. They're pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah, so really when you're doing this copy for your event, you can really put it on any event platform. I would definitely have it on Eventbrite and Facebook. All right, so then what we're going to do is, I'm just going to show you, but this is already in your document. So that you can use that as a reference. So right now I'm going to go to, let me go to Facebook. I want to be quiet for a second while I'm looking at this. Anybody have any questions or comments so far?
Does that apply for Facebook Live? Like your Tuesday morning Facebook Live, I've never registered for one of those.
Tuesday morning, the VIP center.
Yeah, like the seen one.
Right. It's because we haven't set it up as an event. We've tried to put it out there that every Tuesday at 8:15, we're going to give updates on the VIP page.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and since it's it's usually when we do those, we're giving updates about the VIP Center. We're talking about upcoming events. But we are talking about events that we have created.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different, like Reset Mindset Masterclass. That's set up differently. So I invite people. I usually set up an event. I do it on Eventbrite. I have some other platforms I put it on. I put it on through the VIP Center page, but I create the event, and then I send out an invitation to a bunch of people on Facebook for that. And then when they have a registration link that they complete, I use Constant Contact. So I use that. And then we invite them into a private Facebook group. Even though we're doing Zoom calls, I mean, it's to get them on a Zoom call, I still try to engage them on the private Facebook group. Okay, any other questions right now? All right, so here, we're on the business page here for the VIP Center, and I want to start a new event. You can either hit it here or you can hit it here. And basically, if you have other events coming up, you'll see where you see here where I've already posted different events. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to create an event. Click the Create Event button. And I'm going to change the photo. So I went into Canva and I created a new header. All you have to do when you go into Canva is pick the Facebook. There is a Facebook event header that you can use. It's a template. And so let's see here. So we're going to do the Coffee and Chocolate Expo. All right. And then,
Thank you so much.
bye. All right, so we've got that in there. Now here's the reason why you want to already have your stuff together, because I mean, it's easier to just plug it in now. Well, you can save the draft, but there have been times when I've put stuff in here and like the computer is shut off. I mean, you just want to have it all together and get it done quickly. All right, so the event name it's just going to be very simple and short so that people understand. I'm going to tell you that if you put a name like Float Through the Sky and Let Your Life Go, that's not really going to draw anybody because they don't understand what that means. So we're just going to say VIP Coffee and Chocolate Expo. Indianapolis. All right. Now we could make it a little bit fancier, but that's really going to be good for that's people, you know, chocolate speaks for itself. I mean, your mouth may be watering right now just hearing the word chocolate, like Pavlov's dog, you know? I mean, yep. Pavlov's dog.
Gotcha.
My mouth is watering.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about chocolate.
Yeah, so VIP Coffee and Chocolate Expo. All right, so this is not going to be an online event, so we don't want to click that. It's not going to be free access. They've got figures there. Oh, I didn't realize that they did that. So, earn money by, remind me later. I don't want to do that.
Huh.
Ah, They've changed this. Okay, I don't want to do that. We're just gonna leave it like that right now. But here's what I'm going to do. I've written my copy. So I'm going to plug this in here.
You just, right.
And I'm just going to copy and paste it right into the description there. All right, I want to learn more about this. Hold on. I have to.
Is it like a referral?
Okay, looks like, oh, I see what's happening. Facebook has just, I mean, they have literally just added this where you can run paid events through them,
Oh,
but it's a
so
revenue share.
so they're like Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Okay. But do they have like a minimum? Yeah, you need to rate, you have to have at least $100 ticket sales, right?
Looks like it. Yeah.
After you cross the minimum. Okay. Because
Okay.
Eventbrite will do it for you for free.
Right. So we're not going to do that.
But the cool part is it's cumulative. If you host like more than one, it looked like if you hosted more than one event, right? I caught that.
Could be.
So let's, yeah, it's worth looking back into. Okay, very cool.
All right. So we've got the category. So this is going to be
Food.
food. Occurs once. So this is going to be, you're going to select your dates here. This isn't really brain science a whole lot, but we will start at 8 a.m.
Are you hosting this again?
Yes.
Yay.
And we're going to go till 5.
Awesome.
All right. And then let's see if we can plug in some. So the weird thing about their keywords is you can only plug in the keywords that they want you to have.
So that popped up. Okay.
Let's see here. Let's see. Food festival. Let's see. Okay. I think that, oh, well, let's see if we can do entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, this is kid friendly. All right, let people know how to okay, so what we're going to do. So you see here, here's where you can click on to Eventbrite. I don't have it connected on Eventbrite, so whoops.
So you need to connect it and it'll give you a link. Is it going to take it to the Eventbrite link?
You have to have the link ready.
Right. Okay.
So for me, in order for them to get the ticket, this is what we're going to do. We're going to add our URL. So I'm going to go to the website. Which the page really isn't ready yet.
Ooh.
It's not quite ready,
Yeah, it was last year's.
but we're still going to go through just so you can see what it's like.
Yeah.
Let me find my page. So you just add the link in there.
So the Eventbrite link will be on your page, Angie?
So that was my website that I pulled that link from, and we use a different platform, but you'll want to create Eventbrite first so that you can get the link and then you can plug it into Facebook. So you got to have all your stuff all in a row before you start the Facebook event.
Gotcha.
If
Okay.
if you're using them as a place to link up. So, okay. Or you could do, if you have a certain number of seats that you want, let's say you only want a total of 20 people, you can indicate that. You can ask customers to answer questions for you. You can have them, so another little cool feature is that when they sign up, they get a message in instant messenger, which is nice. Okay. So my ticket link, let me add this again. Okay, and then I tend to like it. I tend to let anyone post, so that way if they have questions, they can ask those.
So they can forward it or post. Okay.
They can post directly on the event, but if you're worried about somebody getting on there, like the other day I saw somebody in a group and somebody had just posted some really foul language on there. So if you encounter that, most times people are going to be good about this, but if you run into trouble where people aren't responding very nicely, then you can have all the posts come to you to get approved before they can actually post on your page.
Nice. And then instant message questions. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, you would hit publish for this. I'm going to hit save draft because I don't have cart hasn't fixed the link yet. But basically it will show up here, and then it's going to give you, well, maybe I can just, I'll hit publish and then I'll unpublish it. So I'm going to publish it, and then you get this page. Now, nobody's really aware that this is here, but what you can do is you can start sharing.
Oh, okay.
And down here, it'll even pull from your suggested friends list, and you can just hit this button and start inviting people. You can start inviting people individually, but you can also share to your news feed. You can share this whole thing, and you can create a post around it. You can also boost this event. So there's a boost button up here. You could like put $5 or $10 towards it, and it will go to your friends and their friends. So you'll be able to share it that way. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, we'll just leave that as is, and Cart will just have to get the link fixed today.
In the new page?
What now?
Is that, yeah, to your new page, because your banner had the wrong date. Is that it?
Yeah, it had the wrong date, and the registration link was, it was the registration link from last year.
Yeah, the old one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now in terms of the event that you want to have, so Beth, for you, you're talking about having a webinar, and you can put all your description in here for the webinar, and then they could get a ticket on Eventbrite, so that will help you to manage it. And then you get their email and you can send them a Zoom link. But I do not recommend that when you're creating these events, you go ahead and give them everything. You know, don't give them the Zoom link right now. And one of those reasons is because if you're just putting out a general Zoom link, I mean, anyone can get on there and hack your account. So you want to wait and hold that information for the people that actually register for your event. And so Beth, if you think about doing your webinar, I would imagine that you'd probably do that through Zoom call. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, so as you get your list of people that sign up and register, then you can just the easiest way to do it is send them a calendar invite. ideally, you would have a website where, you know, they can go to a landing page. You know, you can have them go to a certain landing page and they learn more about the event. And you could even have, you could do some cool things like, hey, before the event, do you want to, you know, do you want to opt for hot seat coaching? So if we think about reset mindset, for example, hey, do you want to be in the hot seat tonight? Check yes. And you can just engage them in different ways. Hey, Joanna.
Hi there.
How's it going?
I'm good. Sorry I'm late. I had a had to get some blood drawn. So yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we were just walking through how to create this event on Facebook. So Rachel, I want to take a moment and so how are you feeling about this process, about doing this on Facebook?
It seems fairly straightforward. I think it's one of those things where you have to kind of do it and play with it before you're totally comfortable with it.
I can't hear you very well.
Sorry, I said, I think it seems fairly straightforward. I think it's one of those things you have to practice to actually know how you feel about it.
Okay. Well, one thing, and thanks for saying that because it just prompted a really random thought, is once you put the event out there, you're not really done with it. What you want to do is you want to be able to have some engaging posts in there. And it could be that you have pictures, like since I have this, I'll probably put pictures from last year's expo, and I've got some videos that I'll post on there, and I'll probably do, you know, have something posted once a day just to get people's attention. Because once somebody opts in and they say that they're interested or going, then they will automatically get notified every time you put a new post in here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So there will be people that say, oh, I'm interested, but they haven't committed. They haven't bought a ticket. Even people who click, I'm going, it doesn't mean that they've purchased a ticket. It just said, you know, I've determined in my mind. What the proof is in them clicking the button and registering, and then you get a confirmation email. That's how you know. So you're still working the leads. It just means that they're a warm lead now because they said that they were interested. So you want to say, I mean, even if you can call them out by name. So if I invite, let's see, I'll invite, or if I might share this, invite friends. We've got Rachel. All right, so I'm going to send you an invitation to it. And let's say that I invite, where'd you go? I'm going to invite Beth. Oh, you're not on the VIP list. We got to get you on the VIP list. Let's add Christina. There you are. Oops, come back.
Yeah. That's my other page. That's fine.
What? Oh, there you are. Okay. So I'll send that invite to you. Just as a couple of examples. So you can actually invite everybody who's on your friend list, and then you can boost it. And like I said, it goes to your friends and their friends. And once they click that they're interested, and I might say, hey, Christina, let's say that you already accepted that. What's your favorite chocolate?
Okay. Cool.
Doesn't have to be anything really complicated. It's just engaging people in it. And then you'll get that. Yeah, I mean, once you say that you're interested, you'll actually get that notification. All right, so Christina what are some questions that you have?
I think you've answered. It's pretty straightforward. I think you've answered everything. I think I was going to maybe try to do more like what you're doing with the VIP center, like every Tuesday, like,
Mhm.
or whatever, choose a date. But I do want to set up some events too. So
Okay.
this kind of solidified that whole process. So,
Well, so you do want to have a private group though. And the
Mhm.
reason why is because private groups, they're more likely to see your Facebook lives.
okay.
I mean, even in the private groups, when they start to get big, they kind of mess with the algorithm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the Facebook page it's even more complicated to get, viewers. So it's even less viewers. So they have to purposely turn on the notifications for your page in order to see those posts. But if people are more likely to engage when they have intentionally gone into a private group that you have.
Okay.
So if you do an event and you get a registration, what you want to do, you want them to like your page and all of that, but you want to get them in a private group so that you can start interacting with them more frequently. So just to give you an example here. So we've got VIP Center, and then the group that we have here is our private VIP members community. So that's a completely different set of people. I think we've got about 28, close to 30 members in here. Oh, Joanna Rutherford, looky there. Awesome,
Is that
awesome.
your event?
Yay.
Nice.
All right, let's like her page, like her post.
Yeah, I just put that up this morning.
Good job, good job.
So I haven't made an event, and that was on my to-do list, is to set up an event for that. That's next.
So at what point did you come in as I was talking about the event?
I think you're pretty much on the tail end of it there.
Okay. All righty. So, oops, let me take that off. All right, so you missed the part where I talked about just preparing ahead of time and making sure that your copy is good. And so I've given you some pointers using the tool there. I gave an example of what good copy looks like. We talked about adding some emojis because Facebook will make it look very dry. And people need a little bit of, this just as an artist, people need a little bit of color in there to attract their eye to it. You'll want to have a registration link already prepared before you hold your event. You can do that very easily and do it for free in Eventbrite.
I got that.
All right. And then you just go right into it. So let me, let's see here. I've got a few pages here. Easy to find. Facebook has really done a lot to improve finding things. I mean, before it was really hard, but you can click in a couple of different places to do that. It's very simple. Create your event. Change out your photo. Put your graphic. One thing that I would say about that graphic is you want to keep it fairly light on the words, because it'll turn them off if it's too wordy. And even your event title, you just want to make it clear, punchy, and simple. I would just leave this as is right now, because it's something brand spanking new that Facebook has done, where they're like becoming an Eventbrite, and they're going to get in on the money and splitting. They're going to take some funds from you in order to host this through them, so that they can offer you a payment option like PayPal or Eventbrite does. You can just copy and paste your copy right in there, select your category, not hard at all. Now, if you're doing a series, you can create a series of events. So let's say that you're doing a 5-part series, Christina, on, you're doing a 5-part IBS friendly recipe series. You can create a custom schedule just to let them know exactly when it's going to be, what days and times that's going to be.
Okay, that's cool.
This is for like if you haven't, so I would normally add Cart in here. He's an admin. He does a lot of this stuff for me. You can add other details in here, like if you want to add an agenda in here, you could do that. You click that button. Keywords, which Facebook sucks on this. They won't let you add the keywords that you want. They'll only let you use the ones that they have. And then you can add your ticket link right there. And so if you are,
So you can either like use their tickets or do your ticket URL like with Eventbrite.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. This will take any URL that, I mean, especially Eventbrite, or if
Yeah.
you have your own platform like Constant Contact, or you have your other marketing platform where you can take money, you can plug that in there.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool because I actually do. That was a thought.
Yeah, and people can ask you questions on Messenger. You want to give people as much opportunity as you can to communicate. So if they can reach out to you on Messenger, they can. If any, until you start getting nasty grams, and then you want to start managing that. And that's pretty much it. So what questions do you have? This can be related to anything about setting up an event.
Very cool.
Well, I have a question because I'm in the middle of a lot of events, well, a lot of classes. This is just the one main event, and I've marketed the classes and things before, so it's just been a while. But I think, so I'm a little bit behind. I should have started pushing this stuff out a month ago, but I'm approaching some of the start dates. And I don't want to hound people because like when you start emailing too often and sending reminders too often, then they just tune out. But what have you found is enough but not too much?
I have found that it can be up to 10 emails before the event. And when I say 10 emails, they don't all look the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you may have one that's the first one is an invitation. Hey, I want to invite you to this great event. Here's what's happening. Here's what you get. And, so it's not very long. So most people do not bite on the first try. It's usually around the 4th or 5th try that they say, okay, I'm interested in this. But the second one might be, hey, I sent you an invitation. Did you get it? Let me tell you what's going on. The third one might be more of a story kind of email. Hey, I want to tell you a story about how, in your case, Joanna, how graphic artistry, or how, I forget what you call it, your
Yeah, graphic recording is a word.
Graphic recording. I want to tell you a story about how graphic recording broke through the barriers of communication with a team that I was working with. And so you just make it more personal and more story-like. And then the next one is, hey, have you really been interested in this, but you really didn't know what to expect? So you're just changing up the copy. It's not the same thing over and over. You're just building a relationship with you. And most people will sit back and be passive and look at it.
Mhm.
And most of them will wait until the last couple of days to register. So it's important to put deadlines, especially towards the end when you say, hey, we've got 3 days left. We've got 2 days left. You only have 24 hours left to register for that because people respond to pressure.
Yeah, because someone invited me to something and I didn't realize the event was like happening within a week.
Yeah.
And then I got no follow-up. I thought it was kind of like a membership type of thing, but no, you've got membership through registering for the event. Well, the day of the event, it's like I saw what was going on and then that was it. I couldn't do anything. So I thought, well, okay, next year, whatever. So
Right.
yeah, whatever they were using really didn't work because yeah, I noted it, but I was doing everything else. And then when I went back to follow up, it was too late.
Yeah.
So I think that works really well because we're like in that, we note it, but then we're doing something else. And then, oh yeah, it catches our eye again, but oh, I got, the door or phone. And so maybe by the 4th or 5th time, maybe even the 7th, I'll commit.
Yeah.
What do you think about, changing up the messaging, but do you keep the visuals consistent or do you change them?
Good question.
Sometimes, so like if I'm doing something, the first 3 or the first 2 emails that I normally send out, I'll have the same graphic. Now, you still want to have the same color scheme. I'll show you an example because I'm working on something right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I feel like visually I can always recognize your thing. You keep a theme.
Yeah. Let's go to constant contact here, and I'll just give you an example. Everybody can see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, where's my number 1? Okay. So this is actually follow-up after a webinar, but it's basically kind of the same thing. But visually, I've got the graphic from the webinar. When I'm inviting people to a webinar, I'll have the graphic on there. And then I've got some copy there. So I'll do that for the first 2. So I've got a second one here that's set up just like that. And then I go to the third one and I change it up a bit. Still have the colors, but come on. So I took the graphic out because I'm telling them a story and I want them to look further down. And so people will naturally look for the visual. So I want them to get down to the bottom. And so you might have some, as you go through, you just kind of alternate them back and forth because some people like it really simple. Other people like it bright and punchy. So you're trying to appeal to both audiences without stepping outside of your color palette for your business.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So reset mindset, I think I had 8 emails that went out? Yeah, I had 8 emails that went out for that series. And you know what? There are going to be people that you're always going to have somebody says, man, you send me too many emails. I mean, I have people unsubscribe because of that, but the majority of people stick with me and my list is growing. So the ones that I lose, it just means that, it's not meant for us to work together. So I might lose 1 or 2 people a month when I'm gaining 30 a month or 40 a month.
That's good.
Right. Okay.
That's almost double the average because isn't it pretty low? Regular?
Yeah, I've got some Facebook ads running right now for 52 weeks to calm. And that is I'm getting people signed up for that every day. I mean,
You're rocking that one. Yeah.
yes, it's a good one. All right, what other questions do you have? Looks like Beth needs to take a nap.
I'm
It's
so sorry. I should have gotten off the call. That's rude. I'm so sorry.
No, I think it's great.
Friday.
I want you to rest up tonight from reset mindset. So
Yeah, I know.
you just go right ahead. Looks like the guided imagery was working well for you.
And I have spa music playing in the background.
You.
Like, oh, I need a massage.
That actually sounds good.
Yeah, it really does.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's see here. Any other questions that you have before we jump off?
I'm gonna ask, I keep asking because I'm in the middle of launching a bunch of things. And I have MailChimp and I've done things in the past. I mean, I have a long history, but it's just been a while. Things have changed. So this one event that is the main event versus all the classes that I just posted, I feel like it needs more information than what I just have a little registration button on my website that my webmaster gave me some areas I could plug these in. But I've been reading on like the MailChimp and different things for a landing page. And I don't know if I'm making it harder than it is, but is that just a separate place where you can put more information so you can guide them there first before having to go to the registration page?
Yeah, I mean, you want to have multiple places where they can access you. So, for example, let me see what page this is. I'm not sure this is it. Let me see here. Yeah. So here's a landing page. And you can have them, you can have a link right here for them to register.
Mm-hmm.
See
So
here.
what did you create that in your email contact system or your website, or did you just, where did
Yeah.
you
How did you
create
create the landing? Thank you, Joanna. I was like,
I created this on my website.
that? Okay.
So, and I use Wix. It's the same platform that I built Christina's website.
yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I got to go update mine. Thank you.
But you can even follow this format to build your own page. And here, I'll give you the link in chat so you can go and look at it. Let's see here.
Thank you. Yeah, because I was curious. I was going to ask about that. So thank you.
Yeah, so I built this page here, but and on your page, no matter how it looks, there are some key things that you need in there. So it's the title of your event. You want to tell them, hey, here's what you're going to get out of this. People, they really want to know details, so I'm telling them here what to expect with the webinar. Mark your calendar, plan for the 60 minutes, get the steps. And then even so, I'm just like, get the secrets that Angie teaches her high level clients so you can apply them right after the webinar. So you're creating some
Value.
information here. In this case, you don't always have to have a video, but I had one, so I used it. Just a little bit of I got a little teaser here for them and inviting them to go to the webinar again. And then here's an important piece. Here's what you'll learn in this webinar. So these are, you're going to tell them what they're going to learn, but you want to be careful not to spend all your time educating them. That's the mistake that we make a lot of times, is we try to educate them. We're not educating them. They want you to speak to their pain points. All right. So I've created created some things here for them, like communicate without being intimidated by key organizational leaders, people, or new technology. Calmly deal with teams and people even when there's a high level of urgency. And I'm giving them a free gift in the webinar, and that's really to book a call with me.
And where does the go to the webinar? Does that go to the link?
It goes, yeah, it goes to the registration link where they can, yeah, they can go right to it. And then they want to know about who you are. So this is an important part. They want to know who's doing this webinar. Is this person credible? In my case, I write down clients that I've worked with. So Joanna, I mean, you've had clients that you've worked with. You can put those down. And then one last time, go to the webinar.
Okay.
So you can use this exact format, or, you know, even just the way that I'm positioning the copy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think I don't know if I know how to get into my website and manipulate it for the most part, but I don't know how to add a landing page. I can ask, but I happened to see that you could do that through the email MailChimp that I use, but yeah, I don't.
MailChimp isn't real landing page friendly. You know, another option that you could do is you could go to, they've got Instapage.
Okay.
Oh, is that also what Bitly was supposed to be?
Well, these are pages that they've already got them templated out for you. You just add in your copy.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I
and
like that better. Yeah.
now there's going to be a fee with this, so you just need to know that. But there's, what's the other one? Instapage and ClickFunnels.
Oh, that's what ClickFunnels is. Okay.
Well, ClickFunnels is more than a landing page, but they offer landing pages. With ClickFunnels, they will, you create your landing page, and then you add you automate all of your emails after, you know, before and after. So it is like a system. Like I use Constant Contact. I create all my emails in there and put them on autopilot. Well, this does the same thing. So after your event, they start getting emails within a couple of hours. You know,
And then you can send a post,
Yeah.
email. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you just have to create all of the copy for it.
Right. The template copies. Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of, okay.
Yeah, that's definitely what I need, because I feel like this event, there's not enough information on the one little things that you do with Facebook or email, and then there's not enough room on the website click area. Like there needs to be like that whole page you just showed with more information somewhere, and that's what I know is needed. I just couldn't figure out exactly how to do it. So
Okay. Well, you've got the link, so you can.
yeah, thank
Check it
you.
out. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Angie.
All right. Any other questions that we have? It's 3:02. So if you're going to pop one out, it's going to be the last one. All righty. Well,
Thank
ladies,
you.
I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next time.